Hi, friends, and welcome back to my channel. Have you ever been confused when a roofing job doesn't just get finished up in a day or two? Maybe we had to order doors or windows or wait for shingles to come in, something in that manner, or the customer was going to be out of town for a portion of the time that we're doing the job. And we get confused in bookkeeping of how we break up all the invoicing to make sure we're getting paid for all of our work. So in today's video, I'm going to walk you through those steps and how we can solve this problem, how we can keep generating money coming to the roofing company, and then just progressively invoice, what we call progressive invoicing. You might hear the terms of A1A, and that is a more detailed progressive invoicing. Before I start our video today, I wanted to reach out to my friend in Colorado Springs, the number 19 driver, Tony Martinez. And so and you might can see it on my wall here. He just sent me an awesome picture of his racing car that I support. And so I hope if you're ever in Colorado Springs, that you stop by Honor Speedway and have a really good time. I enjoy watching racing and doing those types of things. But I'm going to get back to our training today. First off, I did want to remind you of all the resources I do have for you. And I mentioned these resources. If you're starting out as a beginner, maybe you need something that's very cost effective, then I try and give you all the tools that, you can go ahead and get started without delay, because the hardest part is always getting started in your business. But just take step 1, 2, 3. And then when you're ready for more training, then more training is there. I have a roofing community on School that's absolutely free, and that link will be in the description. You can join that. There's a classroom in there with some training. I also have my YouTube videos organized in there for you, so that you can just go one by one, or just in 3 or 4 hours, just go through some videos to get to understanding how bookkeeping works for the roofing industry or the construction business. So that is our goal, to get you to a 6-figure bookkeeper in the roofing industry. With that being said, I do want to get to our video today so I can teach you a new skill today, and so you can practice on that skill. So we're going to be talking about progressive invoicing. Why does progressive invoicing matter? Our tip number 1, it protects the roofer's cash. So we really focus on cash flow. So this protects the roofer's cash flow. And that is who we're doing the bookkeeping for. And that is who we are helping earn more profits and be more successful in their business. The second thing is it makes the customer feel more confident in the roofer too, when he's just billing 40%, 30%, and then the balance at final. So it generates a good communication and trust and confidence with the roofing company's customer. It really is just a win-win for all of us. It makes our bookkeeping simpler too. We can see at any point the full invoice amount, how much we've got paid so far, what we need to finish up on the job, and then actually the roofer will let us know, okay, I got this done. Every day when I'm going through my email, a big roofing company I work for, from AccuLinks, he will send me messages. This job is done. He will send me, we're going to start this October the 5th. The payment is being mailed. So all of these things help you when you're doing the bookkeeping for a roofing company. And so now we are going to jump over to QuickBooks Online, and we'll start going through this process. All right, here we are in QuickBooks Online, and I always start with just our dashboard here. And I'm going to take my picture away so we can focus on this. But what we're going to want to do is go to our gear icon, which is in the top right-hand corner. In case my picture is blocking that, just click on it. And then we're going to go to Account Settings. Let's go to Advanced. Have our accounting, our automation, our projects. And here we have our projects. So what we need to make sure that this is on Organize All Jobs Related. We'll save that. Let's go to Sales. Now we're going to scroll down. And here we'll see Progressive Invoicing. So it's under Account Settings and it's under Sales. And then scroll on down to Progressive Invoicing. Create multiple partial invoices from a single estimate or invoice. We can just make sure that's on and we can save that. Okay, so we're done here. Now, the first thing we're going to do, and we have done in some previous videos too, so be sure and go back and watch those videos, but we're going to click on this little plus, create, and let's do an estimate. Okay, I'm just going to use one of our current customers. Let's just say Joe Smoke here. And then we would have had their customer email. Estimate number is populated, our estimate date, expiration date. Let's make this go to October the 26th, usually for 30 days. And when it is accepted, we'll complete that. Our accepted date, we'll complete that when that happens, our territory. I'm going to show you how to create a new territory. Say that we want a new territory. So let's say South Austin. Okay, we're not doing a sub territory. Okay, so we'll click Save. Okay, so now we have territory. And this is hidden on the invoice going to the customer, the estimate going to the customer. You'll see it says hidden there. All right. So now we're going to put our service date. Just make it for today's date. Our product. Let's say this is a metal roof and our description automatically populates. We can add anything that we want to here. We can put remove old. We'll just say roofing and install metal roof. Okay. And the quantity is just 1. Okay. And the rate for this, we figured this job and it's $12,000. And then the class, which is also hidden to the customer, is just roofing sales. All right. So now we could send that to the customer, but for just this demonstration purpose, we're just going to save it. And here the attachments, you could add an attachment, any drawings, or how you figure the estimate to come to the $12,000 to help you when you do the job itself. So now we're going to click Save. And you could also print or download. Click that and then print. If it comes up for us. There we go. So that is how our estimate would look, okay? Click where it says review and send, the drop-down box, the save, and then close and save. Okay, so now we have our invoice, our estimate in. Now we're going to go back, go to our accounting, and then we're going to go to our customer hub. Then we're going to take a look at our customers. And this is a good way to see what you might have. So we can click on Joe Smoke. Okay. And we see our estimate is pending right here for the 12,000. So we can click on it, then click our edit. Say that the customer said, great, let's go on ahead with this. So I would just type in my name, Helen D, and acceptance date. That's the 26th. They told me today everything is good. Okay. So now, after we've done that, we can just click our save button so we can save that information. And then review and send. We want to convert this to an invoice. When we click that, it will pop up on your screen. How much do you want to invoice? You can do the total amount, 12,000, or you can do a percentage or a flat amount, or just manually entry for each line, which this estimate only has one line anyway. But let's say that we're going to do our percentage. For the first, to cover our materials, maybe we're going to do 30%. So the invoice amount is 3,600. So now we can create this invoice. We don't want to do that. We'll just close out of that. So now we have our Joe Smoke 2530 project. That's what we put this under. South Austin. Our description, 30% of 12,000. So this is what the customer would see. So the invoice total to them is 3,600. Okay. And then we could review this and send this. But for now, we're just going to click save. Let's close out of this, which takes us back to his account. Due today, the 3,600. We picked up the check. Let's receive our payment. They gave us a check. Now, our reference numbers, we could put 5689 was the check number, and it's going to go to our undeposited funds. All payments go to undeposited funds. Remember that. And you could write any memo that you have here, like you could say, deposit is for 30%. So we'll click record and close on that. We already have done some work on the roof, so let's go back to our estimate again and convert it to an invoice. Remaining subtotal is 8,400. So we can convert to invoice. And we're going to do a payment of 40%, which is 4,800. So now we paid 30, we billed them 30%. Now we're billing them 40%, which would be 70% of the job. So then we can create an invoice. That's just advertisement. So now we have another invoice for $4,800. You'll see the subtotal, and this is what the customer sees that you're asking them to pay. And note to customer, you could put phase 2 of the job. All right. So then you would actually review and you would send that to them, or you could share a link. If you click share a link, QuickBooks will give you a link and you can share that link. We're just going to click save and close here. Now we're going to go and receive this payment. This payment is on the 30th. And we also got a check for that. And $56.88 is our check. And it's going to our undeposited funds. And then we're going to record and close. We are going to go finish this job out. So we're going to go back to our original estimate here. We'll click edit. And now you'll see everything, the estimate total. We've invoiced them a total of $8,400. The remaining total is the $3,600. So now we're going to convert the final invoice. We did 30% the first time, 40% the second time, so that's 70%. So we'll just do this remaining line of balance here, remaining total of all lines, $3,600, and we'll create the invoice. So now when we scroll down, we'll see this invoice is $3,600, and I would tell my customer, or note to customer here, final invoice. Thank you. The job is complete. And then please leave a review on Google. Here is the link so they can give us reviews. Okay. So now we would just save and close this. Now we're going to receive that final $3,600. So we'll go to receive payment. And it's the payment date. Say that we got this on the 4th of October. Another check, $56.98 in undeposited funds. And then record and close. So now you can see there's no open balance, there's no overdue payment, and that's real important to look at that. Okay. So now the next thing that we can do, that is how you would do your progressive invoicing though. So it's quite easy to do. You can do it. You can learn how to do this. If we go to create and then we go to bank deposits, now you will see all of these deposits that we received from them with the total $12,000. So as these payments come in the bank feed, then we would be matching these payments up with our bank feed and probably other checks and other cash payments that we have received. But that is just a reminder of where the payments are going to and how you're going to process those, okay? Because if you remember, let's open this back up. We go to our accounting, click our drop-down box and our bank transactions. And these are the bank transactions we have. So we would be matching up this deposit for $10,800 and for the $8,000, these different ones that we have here. Now that you've seen how progressive invoicing works, splitting payments into stages of the job so your roofers get paid on time and cash flow stays healthy. But here's the thing, the invoicing is half the story. So the next thing that we are going to be learning how to do in our next video is taking all of our expenses, our materials, our permits, our contractors, our employees, any of those expenses, and we're going to be attaching this to Joe Smith's job so that we can get a report that will show us exactly what we made in gross profit on this job to see if we need to help our roofing company increase their prices so they can make more money if the profit wasn't at the 50% mark. It's always our goal to get the contractor to the 50% gross profit mark. As a bookkeeper, this is what we help our roofing companies do. And this is why we are doing this work for them. A lot of times in accounting, you might hear bookkeepers just do historic transactions. But from being in the construction business and the roofing business, I actually teach you how to help your clients and help your contractors make more money. And this also helps your business grow, and it helps you make more money at the same time so that it is a win-win situation. That is all for today, and I hope that was encouraging to you and you enjoyed that. And be sure and check out the free roofing community that I have for you. If you do have any questions and would like to jump on a call, please go to certifiedroofbookkeeper.com for that. Leave any questions you have or comments, or if I moved too fast on anything or you didn't quite get what I said, I use some word in roofing or in accounting that you don't know exactly what that term means, please do make a comment, and I answer personally all of my comments to help you. And I just want to let you know also, in January with my Certified Roofing Bookkeeper program, I will be doing a boot camp 4 weeks. If you would like to dive deeper, thank you so much, and I appreciate you tuning in today. And if this video has helped you, please subscribe to my channel and share it with others so that they can learn, and I would love to help teach them as well. So thank you, and I hope you have a great weekend. Bye-bye.